Whether you've recently adopted a pet or you're considering it, one of the most important decisions you'll make is to spay or neuter your pet. Spaying, which means removing the ovaries and uterus of a female pet, is a quick veterinary procedure that offers lifelong health benefits. Neutering, which means removing the testicles of your male pet, will vastly improve your pet's behavior and keep him close to home. So how are they after they have been spayed and neutered? And what can we do to let them be better after the surgery? Jang Animals Mom would like to share our story with you. I have rescued 3 cats before, 2 of which were completely feral. One was a kitten about 6 weeks old. He had been born in the wild and was found in the woods near my mom's work. The other cat I rescued was actually 6 years old and had never had any human interaction before. He was terrified of me at first. It is obviously easier dealing with kittens, who will now grow up in a loving home and become accustomed to living with you. They are just a little wary of you in the beginning. Many kittens are this way even if they aren't feral. They're no longer with their cat family, and their environment is totally new and scary to them. The first thing you need to do when they are old enough is have them spayed or neutered. Most vets recommend this to be done from 2 months old. Discuss with your vet when might be the best time to do it. You might find a huge shift in their temperament once the operation is done. Both of my feral cats were much calmer and seemed very relaxed after their surgeries. The kitten we had found in the wild was a bit of a terror, as we called him. Those first few pre-neuter months inside were a bit crazy. He liked to use his claws a lot and shredded up our legs and furniture, trying to play attack with us. Since he was so young when we took him in though, he quickly became used to being an indoor cat and became quite fond of the other cat we had at the time. He loved his kitten food, and within a week he was house-trained and using a litter box. We strictly kept him indoors. At 2 months he had his surgery, and at that point he was already purring and lovable. I would say immediately after surgery his demeanor was calmer and he stopped using his claws as much, and his desire to go outside had lessened substantially. The most dramatic difference in temperament was with our oldest feral cat, who was about 6 years old when they neutered him. He had gone that long while in the wild with little human contact and was extremely set in his ways. It actually took many months of leaving food and water out for him before he even allowed me near. It took another 2 months for him to let me pet him and bring him indoors. Obviously, the next step was to get him to the vet. He had an abscess from an old fight wound. The vet determined that he was about 6 years old and also that he was never neutered. That explained why his urge to fight with the neighborhood cats was so strong. He simply wanted to leave and make baby kitties. He was also very territorial and had a hard time getting along with my other 2 cats. Pre-surgery, he was still timid and hiding from us. He wasn't overly friendly because he was unfamiliar with human affection. After he was fixed though, boy, what a change! He became calm, loving, and less shy. He didn't even sit at the door begging and howling to be let out. He was much friendlier and playing with my other cats. The difference was like night and day. The decision to spay or neuter your pet is an important one for pet owners. It can be the single best decision you make for their welfare. In every community in every state there are homeless animals. In the US, there are an estimated 6 to 8 million homeless animals entering animal shelters every year. Barely half of these are adopted. Tragically, the rest are euthanized. These are healthy, sweet pets who would have been great companions for someone. Many people are surprised to learn that nationwide more than 2.7 million healthy adoptable cats and dogs are euthanized in shelters annually. Spaying and neutering is the only permanent and effective method of birth control for dogs and cats. The highest rates of spaying and neutering also live the longest. Part of the reduced lifespan of unaltered pets can be attributed to the increased urge to roam, exposing them to fights or getting struck by cars. Another contributor to the increased longevity of altered pets involves the risk of certain types of cancers being reduced. Unspayed female cats and dogs have a far greater chance of developing fatal uterine infection and all sorts of cancers. Gently introduce them to new things and give them their space to explore your home and get to know you. Give them things that mimic the outdoors, like a scratch post and maybe some wheatgrass. They find the taste pleasant and it aids their digestion. Give them something to curl up on or hide in, like a shoebox, a cushy bed, or a fancy cat tree. Introduce toys and catnip, and they'll soon be your best friends. Once your pets have been spayed and neutered, I guarantee you'll notice a different attitude in them. But hopefully, they'll have warmed up to you before then. So Jang Animals Mom, hope that you will see the sense in spaying and neutering your pets. If you liked the video today, please like and share it. Thanks for watching and supporting us. See you in the next video.